Hey guys, welcome back to another video, and in today's video I am playing the Praetor Mark II. It's a Star Wars Tier 5 battle cruiser within the Imperial Tech Tree. Now before I begin, this thing used to be a Tier 4 ship, and it used to be the ship you grinded for if you wanted to get the Titan or Compeller. But in the patches they made back in December, they changed the Star Wars tree and the Praetor became a Tier 5, which honestly was quite called for, because in lore this thing is meant to be sort of a big tanky capital ship, kind of like after the Republic, in between the Inter-Republic and the Empire saga. But yeah, anyway, basically this thing is extremely tanky. Don't be mistaken by the fact that it has 120,000 shield HP and then 235,000 HP, because, unlike most Imperial ships, it actually does have armor, and the armor is actually pretty decent. Now, you're not going to deflect anything with it, but as you can see here, 0.55 times multiplier, damage multiplier, on here, basically not doubles this health, but makes this so it has about maybe 300,000 health plus the 420,000 shield HP. You're getting close to about 420,000 health, which is a lot. On top of that, it has damage control parties, which heal 35%. Now, yes, it's got a long cooldown, but you're obviously going to be using that while brawling. What if you use that while brawling? It'll heal about 80,000 HP. Note that any damage control parties in any ship will only heal your HP, won't heal your shield HP. Shield HP will naturally regenerate once you're no longer under fire from an enemy ship. And what this means is the Praetor pretty much has like 500,000 health, because, you know, like I said earlier, it pretty much has 420,000 health in total because of its armor, add to that 235k. And with that healing, it'll heal about 80,000, so practically you have 500,000 health, which is a lot. Now, they balance that by the fact that its damage isn't great, but for a ship with that much health and being that tanky, it is pretty fun. Compared to the Compeller and Titan, I would still rank the Titan better than the Praetor, but I would actually rank the Praetor higher than the Compeller. The Compeller has a lot less health and does more damage, but that health pool is such a difference. And they both have the similar ability, which is the power to the engines, which basically just boosts your speed by a heck of a lot. But it's honestly pretty good, and it has a small respawn timer of only 70 seconds, so you're not going to have that much. Now, the grind for it, which is with the Targ, which is over here, the grind for it isn't terrible. It's a Star Wars brawler, so, you know, just spawn, die, repeat. So it's not going to be that hard. So I recommend it? Yeah, it is pretty cool. If you're going for Star Wars brawlers, I would recommend going for the Titan first, then the Praetor, then the Compeller. They moved the Allegiance up, but the Allegiance itself ain't great. The Targ and the Procurator here are very good, and the Resurgence also alright, but, well, that's for another future video. Anyway, enough rambling, let's get into it. Now, if you couldn't tell, I am a little bit groggy, and that's because I feel a little bit icky. And apparently, I have a sore throat, or I sound like I have one, which is cool, because I have work tomorrow. I forgot how loud that is. It's funny that it's that loud, because I have it on 1 bar, and that thing is crazy loud. Listen here, it has some pretty long-range weapons, if you want to think of it like that, but it has no missiles. It does have a fighter wing, but it's not a large fighter wing. I mean, 900 health, it sounds pretty large, but it's mostly made out of interceptors. It's not meant to be doing any bomb damage, so don't rely on that either. You can see here, I know it's a space battleship Yamato ship, and I'm using auto-aim, like the classic Star Wars brawler I am. Going back to my roots, man, I thought I'd never touch the Praetor again, and then they made it a Tier 5, and I was like, looks like I'm gonna have to be touching the Praetor. Now, the problem if you use auto-aim is see these big beam weapons? They have a higher velocity than all the rest of your guns, so if you use auto-aim, the rest of the guns will hit, like the medium turbo lasers, but they won't, because they are higher velocity than the auto-aim. So that's cool. Oh great, and Zenobia, my favourite. Just charging the enemy spawn, what could go wrong, right? Nothing. I'm a Star Wars ship. Nothing could go wrong with me. As you can see, the superior damage on the Praetor is amazing, right? Oh look, there's another one. Yay, we can brawl. Yay, look, he's gonna go and fight me. Yay! Isn't this fun? Don't you like Star Wars brawlers? They're the most fun ships in the game, honestly. We can just look at each other funnily while I get shot by a Hercules, which is slowly digging away at my health. Oh, luckily the Harbinger is not going for me. That is very fortunate. As you can see here, Praetor is basically a big tank, soaks all the damage, but doesn't do much damage itself, which is awesome because this makes it very fun and worthwhile. This is why I say go for the Titan first, because the Titan has lots of health and the ability to heal, and it has armor, but it has the added ability of doing more damage. While we're here, I'll just talk about that they did make a light remodel to a lot of the Star Wars ships. The Praetor is pretty much the same. They did a bit of a rework on the engines on the back here, so they'll have some little grooves and makes this thing look cooler, but in reality this is a massive bloody Dorito. There is no other word about that. It is just a Dorito. Triangle. I don't know, the Imperials love their triangles, don't they? Makes it look amazing. By the way, you can't quite see it. In fact, you can't see it at all, but that's the bridge of the Praetor, if anyone's wondering. It's not like up here, it's not here, it's not anywhere near the front, it's there. They haven't modeled it correctly to the point. It's in there, trust me on that. Back on the Praetor. It's the look of that damage, wow. It's so high, isn't it? That's a lie, by the way. The damage ain't great. The only thing that's doing all that damage is those super turbo lasers, but that thing's gonna hurt. And the ability of not having missiles is very saddening because small ships are annoying and you don't have a very large bomber wing, so if you come across like a Halo destroyer, there's not much you can do to it. You can send your fighters to it, but they're probably all gonna die. Added on the fact that yes, you are very tanky, but it's still very annoying to counter and deal with, which is kind of just like most Star Wars brawlers. So that's pretty cool. So I also noticed there was a suggestion about trying to make the gameplay a bit more exciting, because as you can see here, Star Wars brawlers are pretty much the same. The only difference is they get more tanky and they have more damage. That's pretty much it. Nothing else changes about them. They are the exact same thing over and over and over again, and it doesn't stop, and it doesn't stop coming. Okay, no more copyright there. You know, can't be having that. No fun allowed, says YouTube, and their monetization policy. Oh great, a Yammer, which is cool because it means he can deflect like most of my guns, because I'm tanky, but I have like 20 medium turbo lasers, but they can do diddly squat to a Yammer, however you pronounce it, which is cool because it means I do like absolutely nothing to him. And there I go. And yeah, that's the Praetor. As you can see here, it is a very enjoyable ship once you get it. Trust me on that one entirely. Most fun ship in the entire Star Wars tech tree. You don't do that much damage, you're just very tanky, and you'll soak up all the damage of your team. So if you're a team player, sure, This is why I say it's probably better than Compeller, just because it can tank more, but it's still not a great, like, brawler. The Titan's a lot more fun, because if you look here, the Titan has 220,000 HP, which is about 10k less, slightly more shield HP. Its armoring isn't as great, but it has access to the damage control parties, which have 45% regeneration instead of 35%, which is better. So yeah, and it does more damage. And it has an ambush cloak, meaning you can get into the range of the enemy, unlike the Praetor, which is ungodly slow if you don't activate the power to the engines. But yeah. Anyway, if you enjoyed this video, comment down below what you want to see next. Remember to like and subscribe. Depending on how the poll goes, either this video will drop first, or the Bulwark Mark III will drop first. Depending on which one drops first, if it's this one or the Bulwark, they'll release, well, today on Sunday, or a similar day, and then the one after will be a week later after this one. But anyway, enough of that. See you next video. Goodbye.